What's up, guys? It's the Doza of DozaCraft, youtube.com/DozaCraft. Subscribe if you haven't. And this video is part of my Let's Play daily dealio, but I wanted to make this video strictly for a mob grinder using a dungeon spawner. So, what we have here is a dungeon spawner I found very recently. And the first thing you want to do is kind of map out how everything needs to work. Basically, how this works is it uses a water ladder using sides and water to carry the mob, whatever mob it is. This one happens to be a zombie. Carry it up to a height of 21 blocks, and then it'll drop it, cause enough damage on it so it'd be one hit to kill it. And in the end, we will be using splash potions to splash them and kill it. Splash heal potions damage undead beings, and that's zombies, skeletons, zombie pigmen, and also withers. Wither skeletons and wither bosses are also considered undead, so they cause damage for that too. Of course, there is no spawner for skeleton, wither skeleton or wither boss, so that's not the case. Anyways, I ramble. Hi, welcome to DozaCraft. I ramble. So the first thing we're going to do is clear out this room and get this all set up for the water flows. And there's many ways to do this depending on how much you know about basic water functionality in the game. But this is the way I do it. I probably use a lot more water than I need to. I'll put this in time lapse and you'll see what we got going on here. Before I do that, I want to make it clear that you want as much space around the spawner as possible. Open air is where mobs spawn out of spawners, so you want to make a lot of room. I suggest at least 3 blocks to each side. Like this side has 1, 2, 3, this side has 1, 2, 3. Some dungeons happen to be, usually are about 3 air blocks on each side of the spawner. Sometimes they're smaller, but this one happens to be a good one. And on one side you're going to end up with 2 just because how the water works. So let's without further ado, so under the spawner you want to have 2 blocks down all the way around. And let me just fill this in real quick. Actually no, not right now. 2 blocks below on the entire floor, and then right below the spawner, like I'll finish this out, but right below the spawner you're going to dig it 1 more deep, and this will be the initial channel that goes straight to the water ladder. And just out here it's 2 deep, 2 blocks deep, just so when they spawn they fall in the water and then they'll drift down here and they won't get stuck behind the spawner or anything. They'll fall directly into the stream and go this way. And my stream is going to end up over here, and well, actually it's going to go this way. I'm going to have the water ladder over here, and there's a problem because there's water directly above this, the ocean, so that's going to be an issue, but nothing too major. And then it's going to go up to the 21 block mark, and it's going to carry all the mobs this way. And then since a lot of this is open cave on this side, I'm actually going to dig this all out over here and make this the killing room, which eventually will be decked out and all nice and tidy. And yeah, so let me finish this up and then we'll get to the rest of the project. So now that you have this all dug out, you're going to want to dig these out, 8 blocks on either side, and you're going to have to remember that my drop room is going to be over here, the ladder is going to be on that wall, and the water is going to be coming in from both sides of the spawner, so I'm going to have to dig it out on this side and that side over there. So 8 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to finish this up. Okay, so now we got this all dug out, 8 blocks either way. And this is going to be where all the water flows down to the middle, and this is going to be the center part. And right here I left it 1 block in because right here is going to be where the wall is that goes up into the water ladder. And if you count, It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 right there. Basically, no matter what, mobs will always try to swim upwards into streams. So, making a water ladder with this stuff, they will always go up the ladder no matter what. The first thing you want to do is fill all these in so you have the whole... Oh god, I just heard something spawn. Get all this going, and then we'll get straight to the water ladder, so I'm going to do this real quick. And there we go. So this is all flowing to here now. They will all go right to here. The first thing you want to do is place a sign down right here. And this is a lot easier with ice blocks. But since we don't have ice blocks, we're using buckets because it's fairly new in my Let's Play video. And if you're coming here for the first time, be sure to watch my daily Let's Plays. And check that out. So I'm going to finish digging up here, dig this water ladder up. We're eventually going to run into water, which is probably going to be pretty quick here. One thing I forgot to mention is it is very important that you make a drop zone where you want them to drop. Right here's the torches where I want them to drop, which is completely in line with the spawner over here. And then you want to dig straight up 21 blocks, and they'll fall and drop right here. So right here will be the drop zone, and I want to do something like this. So they will fall down right here and have nowhere to go from here. So this will be the killing area. They'll fall right here. They'll all collect, and then you can kill them from here. And make sure this is well lit because this is outside of the spawner, and mobs can spawn within 8 blocks of the spawner. So you want to make sure there's all the caves around the spawner are lit as well. And I'm going to go up top really quick and show you what it looks like now that the ladder is completely finished, and then I'll explain it from there. Okay, so this is the top of the the water ladder, and if you don't want to use signs are kind of hectic because you have to place it and then press done without putting any words on. I think alternatively you can use buttons and maybe a couple other things I can't think of, but right here we're at 62, which is 21 blocks from where I was at 41. So then you want to make a tunnel going from the top of the ladder all the way so they flow down here, and then they'll drop straight down into your drop zone right there. Then place the water right here, then it flows over and goes down. And then right here it'll stop running. So you're gonna want to continue the path of this water all the way to the end. So first of all, before I do that, place a sign right here so that the water stops right there, and then they'll fall straight down. And then I need to get some supplies really quick, and then I'll show you what to do from here. So now to make this water continuously run all the way to the end, what you want to do is dig out 3 blocks like I did right here. Then you place 1 slab right here, you place 1 sign right here, and then you place a bucket right here. And what the sign does is stop the water from flowing that way. And then right here it makes a continuous flow so that the mobs will come through here, and then they'll go up the slab and go all the way to the end. As you can see, I close off the tunnel down there so it's all completely closed off. Then I want to go down here and break this torch, and I still see some light down there. I'm gonna go down there really quick and figure out what the light is coming from, and then after I do that, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna close off the room, and then I'll show you what the final product does. This is a very quick and simple way to do, a very cheap as well way to do the mob spawner. So be back in just a second. Okay, so all caves around this place are lit up. I made sure there was nothing else around it, no other dark rooms for these to spawn. You want to make sure to close off around this area so there's no room behind this wall for mobs to spawn. And let's break these torches. And they're spawning already. And look, it's a zombie villager. Hey, buddy. As you can see, usually this is closed off so they won't try to swim against the current. But he'll go down there, and then he will reach the end, and then he will begin to swim up into the stream just like that. So you close this off now that it's completely dark. Then over here is where they will start dropping down. You can see already one did drop. I'm just going to wait a second and wait for them to drop, and then you'll see the final product. Okay, so I've waited barely any time at all. We've already got a bunch of zombies in there. And as you can see, you could punch them and they die relatively quick. Sometimes you can do a 22 block fall and it'll bring their health down even further, but I don't see it necessary because usually what I do is I make healing potions like this. Wow, this is really bad. Yeah, definitely 22 if you're deciding to punch them. But what I do is I use a healing potion method that kills them in one splash. Oh, now I'm starving. That's awesome. Let me eat real quick. And as you can see, look through here at the E, and that says that there are 15 entities. Well, let's pick these up real quick so it's not counting these. There are 7 entities in there. Oh, 11. Right, there's 8. So they'll just keep dropping in, they'll keep collecting, and it'll be infinite because another thing I forgot to mention is you want to make sure you are at least 8 blocks away from the spawners. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and they're landing on the 10th block. You want to be at least 8 blocks away from the spawner because within 8 blocks only 5 will spawn. But if you carry it so they go more than 8 blocks, usually 9 or 10, I'd suggest 10, then infinite amount of zombies will spawn, and you can sit here in AFK for 10 minutes or so and get a whole bunch of experience. And to go from 0 to 30, level 30 experience, you need about 165, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not that much. Especially if you find a double spawner, you can hook it up all nicely and it'll look great. So thank you for watching this video. I know it's kind of long and kind of shaky, but this is how you do it. If I can make it any shorter, I would. I might actually make another one. Who knows? But thank you guys for watching. Click the notification top right to watch the next video because this is my Let's Play. Watch the previous video. On my channel I have tons of other how-tos, excuse me, how-tos and tutorials. Sure to go check those out. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Peace the fuck.